Hey guys, welcome back for another video on my YouTube channel. My name is Anton and I hope you're doing fantastic today. So today I'm back for another video, and today's video is going to be meant for those of you who are just starting out skating, who are starting to get into transition riding, and who would like to actually take it to the next level, learn their first trick and transition. And today I'm going to be trying to teach you all guys who just started out skating the 5 first trick you're going to be learning on a quarter pipe, so on a transition. You may be asking yourself, like, what do you have to know before you can start actually riding transition? And the answer to that is very simple. It's you have to be able to roll on your board. You've got to be able to be basically comfortable rolling and turning and, you know, like just like enjoying the flow of a skateboard. You're gonna have to be able to go on transition, just like roll on it, basically pump it a bit, like, you know, just know it feels. And you're gonna have to want it, basically. You're gonna have to be willing to progress in the skateboard and to not be scared of falling in the meantime. So, I mean, if you're one of those guys who just started out skating, guys or girl, and you want to take it to the next level, you want to start out transition riding, I mean, this video is for sure for you guys. So, to start out this list, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about the rock to fakie. So, the rock to fakie is the first trick I would advise you guys to learn on transition when just starting out, because actually it's the easiest one to get into. In fact, you just have to be able to pump on transition and get used to it. So, this looks like that. The reason why this is the first trick I'm going to be telling you to learn actually when you start out transition riding, or advising you to learn, is because actually it only requires you to be able to pump the ramp and to get used to it. So indeed, in order to learn this trick, the little tips I'm going to be giving you are going to be to just, like, you know, get used to rolling on the ramp and then start doing a little like manual tap and manual tap out. And just like do that up the ramp, like every time, just, you know, like go a little bit higher until you hit the coping, and then you're just gonna be like, you know, getting onto the coping, doing like a manual tap, manual out, and you're gonna be like done with the rock and the rock fakie. So that's it for the first trick. The next trick, after you can actually do a rock fakie, the next trick I'm going to be advising you to learn is going to be the rock and roll. So that's a rock and roll. And the prerequisite to this trick are going to be to be able to do a rock fakie first off, because I mean, like, you're going to get into a rock fakie to do that. Then it's going to be to be able to just like do a pivot, so basically that. And that's it, basically. If you used to skating like into little transition, you're just pumping it, doing a rock fakie and able to just turn around on it, you're going to be able to do this trick. And actually, the tips I'm going to be giving you for this one is just when you get onto the rock, just turn your shoulder in and go into like the little manual and revert, which you already know how to do. And it's gonna feel very, like, I feel very hard in the beginning, because actually just a commitment thing, like pretty much every single transition trick. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty easy to learn, I think, and I think that all of you guys can learn it in no time if you give it a shot and if you're not scared to try it. So yeah, that's gonna be my little tips for this one. Then, once you can actually rock to fakie, rock and roll, the third trick I'm gonna be giving you in this trick is going to be the drop in. So the drop in is actually way harder than both of those, because actually the mounted block it creates is like insane compared to those, because actually I'm gonna be starting on top of a ramp, which is very scary. How do you drop in? So actually the little like couple of tips I would give you guys would be to start out by starting on flat, just get onto the tail of your board and get used to dropping the nose down as fast as possible, like that. Then get onto small banks and do the same thing getting onto this bank, because you're probably like used to rolling onto banks by now. And finally get onto the top of a little quad, so the smallest one you can find in your park, and just maybe get a friend to hold your hands and spot you during this trick, and just like that, and actually do the same motion and commit to it, because it's like the main thing about this trick. And if you want a full tutorial, I mean, I'm probably gonna do one on my channel, so tell me guys maybe in the comments if you want to see that. Now that you can drop in, I feel like the fourth trick that's coming right after the drop in is gonna be the fakie tail stall back in, because actually it's gonna be a drop in with a fakie tail stall, which, I mean, it's a little bit more technical, but I'm pretty sure that if you can drop in, you guys can all do this trick. So the prerequisite to this trick are actually gonna be to be able to roll fakie on the quarter pipe, so basically on half pipe you can train that, and just get used to rolling fakie, to getting more speed and more speed and more speed every time. And then what you're gonna have to do is that once you're getting close to the coping, you're gonna be like pressing your tail as fast as possible and try to get onto the ramp. and that's basically like all you do a tail stall. And a little like practice step I would give you guys would be to actually go slow at first and just like practice doing that on the ramp, basically without the coping. So do it just like until the off part of the ramp, because then if you get like higher than that, you're probably gonna slip out. But yeah, that's actually a way I actually personally learned how to do this trick. Once you get onto the tail stall, you're gonna just have to do what you just learned and drop back in. And also, one thing that's cool with learning how to tail stall is that once you got that, a rock to fakie and a rock and roll, you can actually cruise on like on a mini ramp without any problem, because you can actually do pretty much like everything going back and forth. And that's a lot of fun, to be honest. So the last trick I'm going to be covering in this video, in this top 5, is going to be a 50-50. And the reason why I'm ending on that, so the axle grind, is that to me the difference between all this trick and this one is that you have to be very precise to actually do this trick. And I think that it's good to really like, be able to do all this trick before you do that, even though you can learn it before, because you're going to be comfortable by the time you get there. You're going to be comfortable with riding on Miniramp for real, and you're gonna start to really get used to knowing how to actually ride a Miniramp. The way to learn this trick, and tell me guys if you want a full tutorial on this trick, because I feel like it's one that really deserves one, and tell me in the comment if you want one. And the way to actually do this trick is going to be to get on the top of the ramp. So at the moment when you feel like you're gonna get on top of it, just start to raise your skateboard and do like half a pivot. So basically just turn your shoulder onto the deck. You're gonna end up on the coping. And then what I would tell you, because like you're gonna end up there, and to drop back in, a little advice, a little tips I would give you that someone gave me and really like unlocked it for me, is to actually get your back foot on back truck forward a little bit to have like the back part of the truck, so right here, be the part that's actually touching the side of the coping, because it's gonna allow you to drop in without having your wheel getting in between you and rolling back in. So yeah, that's actually the little tips that I think is going to unlock the trick for a lot of you guys who are trying to learn it. And actually like this trick is probably though the hardest one out of all this list, and it's gonna take the most time I feel like to learn, because it's really like technical to get, I feel like. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button, to subscribe, and tell me in the comment if you want to see maybe more top 5 like that, because I mean I read all my comments. I'll make sure to do one if you want one. So yeah guys, that's gonna be it for today's video, and see you in the next one. Peace out.